What's that?
He says, welcome to the frickin' Guardians of the Galaxy. Only he didn't use frickin'.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at everything we know about MCU Phase 5 and 6.
Who's been messing up everything?
It's been Agatha all along.
For this list, we're looking at every movie and show in the Marvel Cinematic Universe we know is coming in Phases 5 and 6 as of July 2022. Keep in mind that some release dates are general and subject to change. If you're not caught up on the MCU as of Thor, Love and Thunder and Ms. Marvel on the movie and TV side of things, respectively, expect some spoilers. Which of these are you most looking forward to? Let us know in the comments. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Release date February 17th, 2023. Kicking off Phase 5 will be this bite-sized, trilogy-capping entry in the Ant-Man saga. This one will see our shrinking heroes exploring the further reaches of the quantum realm. But for those who think the Ant-Man movies are mostly inconsequential, get ready to meet the ostensible big bad of Phase 5 and 6. Well, aside from the version we got in Loki, Kang the Conqueror.
And just who are you?
I've been dubbed many names by many people. A ruler, a conqueror.
That's not the only major Marvel villain we'll be getting, as the freakishly headed MODOK will also appear, as will Bill Murray.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Scott's daughter Cassie will also be taking on a greater role, but while Emma Fuhrmann played her in Avengers Endgame, Katherine Newton will be taking over the role here.
Come on, no, that's not fair. Okay, for the record, I have no guilt hitting a beady-eyed version of the woman I'm very attracted to.
What If Season 2. Release date early 2023. We figured What If would be a fun, breezy offshoot series with no significant impact on the MCU at large. We were mostly right, but it turned out many of its concepts had big implications. Seeing as Phases 4 through 6 have been labeled the multiverse saga, expect What If to further that notion.
I see you. There are universes beyond my own.
While we don't know yet what the 9 episodes will cover, Season 1 didn't fill us in until the episodes dropped, the premiere will similarly feature Captain Carter. Only this time, she's going up against the love of her life, Steve Rogers, whose Hydra Stomper identity will take a dark turn.
Stark made me some new dancing shoes. What do you think?
Well, then we better start dancing.
Additionally, we expect to see the Gamora episode that was cut from Season 1. Oh, and a Season 3.
Gamora, survivor of Sakaar and destroyer of Thanos.
And the one who's about to kick your moon-shaped ugly mug?
Not you, Stark. You, Gamora, have been chosen.
Secret Invasion. Release date Spring 2023. For those who felt the Skrull storyline introduced in Captain Marvel was underdeveloped, here comes Secret Invasion to fulfill that promise.
Can you turn to a cat?
What's a cat?
What about a filing cabinet?
Why would I turn into a filing cabinet?
The Venus flytrap. I'll give you $50 right now if you turn to a Venus flytrap.
This 6-episode miniseries has the potential to introduce game-changing revelations, namely that some of our most beloved characters have secretly been Skrulls in disguise all along. Honestly, we could probably start a betting pool on this, as characters confirmed for the series like Everett K. Ross and Maria Hill seem like solid candidates. The latter's already been impersonated by one. Perhaps they've always been one and the same?
How was I supposed to know that the whole thing was fake? I mean, that was all very, very convincing, you know, the performances, the illusion, that costume, the craftsmanship in that. I mean, this is just embarrassing for a shapeshifter.
In addition to Nick Fury and James Rhodes, we'll also be introduced to characters played by Kingsley Ben-Adir, Olivia Colman, Emilia Clarke, Carmen Ejogo, and Christopher McDonald. Wait, does that mean Shooter McGavin is a Skrull?
No.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Release date May 3rd, 2023. It's been a long time coming, but we're finally getting a third Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Not only that, but it's also reportedly the last Guardians movie.
What should we do next? Something good? Something bad? Bit of both?
We'll follow your lead.
Star-Lord.
Those who saw the first footage at the 2022 San Diego Comic-Con reported feeling emotional, though it's not known which characters specifically we could be saying goodbye to. We are, however, saying hello to a few, as Adam Warlock, played by Will Poulter, will finally appear after being teased at the end of Volume 2.
I think I should call him Adam.
Peacemaker alum Chakudi Iwuji will be jumping from one James Gunn project to another to play the villainous High Evolutionary, and Borat's subsequent movie film star, Maria Bakalova, will voice Cosmo the Space Dog.
Nice.
Nice!
Don't mansplain to me.
Feminist.
Echo, release date summer 2023. Some might consider the Hawkeye series to be a spin-off of the MCU movies. Well, now we're getting a spin-off of that in the form of Echo.
You and I were the same. We're weapons. When you're filled with rage, it makes you blind.
Reprising her role of Maya Lopez, Aliqua Cox returns as the character travels back to her hometown to grapple with her history and reconnect with her Native American heritage. Specifics aren't yet known, but the return of other characters has us very intrigued. First, despite being underutilized in Hawkeye, the terrific Zahn McClarnon will be back as Maya's deceased father in some capacity. Perhaps even more noteworthy, though, is the fact that Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio will appear as Daredevil and Kingpin respectively. Finally, that cliffhanger at the end of Hawkeye should be resolved.
Sometimes family doesn't see eye to eye.
Loki Season 2. Release date summer 2023. Speaking of cliffhangers, Season 1 of Loki left us on one of the biggest in the MCU, with the revelation that Sylvie's killing of He Who Remains has unleashed numerous timelines and changed the very fabric of their universe.
Take it easy. You're an analyst, right? What division are you from? What are you talking about? Who are you? What's your name?
Boots on the ground now, archives.
Who are you?
Despite appearing in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Jonathan Majors isn't yet confirmed to reprise his role of Kang the Conqueror in Loki Season 2. Maybe that's due to as of yet undisclosed plot points in that film, but we can't imagine that Kang won't play a major role here. No pun intended. In any case, seeing as Loki finally failed to make an appearance in a Thor movie with Love and Thunder, we're glad we're still getting a version of him on the small screen. The Marvels. Release date July 28th, 2023. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was perhaps the first MCU movie to incorporate elements from the shows by way of WandaVision. But the Marvels will go a step further.
I was sent by an old friend of your mother's. He heard you've been grounded. He'd like to meet with you.
Where?
Not only will Tiana Paris reprise her role of Monica Rambeau from the aforementioned miniseries, but Iman Vellani's Kamala Khan will make her big screen debut after the success of Ms. Marvel.
Cosmic.
Plot details are still under wraps, but we imagine things will pick up shortly after Carol Danvers inexplicably finds herself in Kamala's bedroom in Jersey City. It's likely we won't know a whole lot about this one until we see Secret Invasion, as Samuel L. Jackson will also be playing Nick Fury here, who again may or may not be a Skrull.
But if you want to stay ahead of me, Mr. Secretary, you need to keep both eyes open.
Ironheart. Release date fall 2023. Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark will always be in the hearts of fans and in-universe characters alike. While no one could ever replace him, his legacy will live on in the form of Riri Williams, also known as Ironheart.
Ironheart? Am I not up on New Avengers or something?
Technically, I'm an Avenger intern.
There's an internship program? Why didn't anybody tell me about this?
I applied last year. Dude, you have got to expand your horizons.
Played by Dominique Thorne, the character will actually make her MCU debut in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. which is set to close out Phase 4 in November 2022. We don't yet know if the movie will establish Riri's Ironheart persona, but we're sure she's well on her way to building her own Iron Man-inspired armor. We're not sure if Ironheart will figure into the James Rhodes-led Armor Wars series, which as of yet doesn't have a release window, but we wouldn't be surprised.
You want to be the War Machine? Take your shot. Put it down. You gonna take a shot? Put it down! No! Drop it, Tony! Take it!
Blade, release date November 3rd, 2023. Fans have been clamoring for a new Blade ever since Marvel got the rights back following the Wesley Snipes-led trilogy. While Snipes was perfect in the role then, Mahershala Ali feels perfect for the role now. Add Ali to the list of names who've played multiple MCU characters though, having previously portrayed the delectably villainous Cornell Cottonmouth Stokes on the Netflix-produced Luke Cage.
Wanna know why? Because everybody wants to be the king.
It's been reported that the Ebony Blade will make an appearance here, so expect that post-credit scene from Eternals featuring Kit Harington's Dane Whitman to pay off.
Sure you're ready for that, Mr. Whitman?
However, seeing as it's Marvel, don't expect the film to be rated R. Agatha, Coven of Chaos. Release date, winter 2023-2024.
The name's Agatha Harkness. Lovely to finally meet you, dear.
WandaVision was a smash hit introduction to Disney Plus's MCU shows. While we likely won't get a follow-up season, it will live on in the spin-off series Agatha, Coven of Chaos. Originally reported to be subtitled House of Harkness, Coven of Chaos will follow the titular witch as she moves from the role of antagonist to protagonist, or at least an antagonist we root for. We last saw the breakout villain being defeated by Wanda Maximoff and hexed into taking on her Agnes persona full-time, so we imagine she'll snap out of it here.
I'll be seeing you, Agnes.
Not if I see you first, hon.
Little else is known, but we don't rule out the possibility of Wanda returning provided she doesn't actually die at the end of Multiverse of Madness. Daredevil Born Again. Release date, spring 2024. If there's one Netflix MCU show fans have been wanting revived, it's Daredevil.
You took that away from me! You took everything!
Well, ask no more, as a reboot series, Daredevil Born Again is making its way to Disney+. After making their return in the aforementioned Echo series, Daredevil and Kingpin are primed to continue their rivalry in full force here. While Disney Plus subscribers have gotten used to seeing 6 to 9 episodes per season, Born Again will feature a whopping 18. Even though the 13-episode seasons on the Netflix side of things could feel a little bloated, we still feel giddy just thinking about it. While we don't know what it'll be about, we imagine it'll take inspiration from the Born Again comic arc that saw Kingpin completely ruin Matt Murdock's life. Captain America: New World Order. Release date May 3rd, 2024.
That's the Black Falcon there, I tell you.
Nah, that's Captain America.
When Sam Wilson finally donned the Captain America persona at the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we figured a new movie was inevitable. Again, while no one could replace Chris Evans' Steve Rogers, we're pumped to see how Anthony Mackie's character will handle the mental.
How does it feel? Like it's someone else's. It isn't.
We don't yet know who will join him, be they characters from the aforementioned miniseries like Bucky, Baron Zemo, or Sharon Carter, but it is interesting to note that New World Order is also the title of the first episode of that series. Perhaps we'll indeed be seeing the further implications of the power broker as Sharon seeks to further her empire.
Super soldiers might be off the menu, but we're about to have full access to government secrets, prototype weapons, you name it. Should be something for everyone.
Marvel Zombies. Release date 2024.
That sort of seems like overkill.
While the zombie episode of What If seemed like a one-off to satiate fans of the Marvel Zombies comic series, we'll actually be getting a full animated series as a continuation set in the same universe. While a lot of our favorite heroes did meet their tragic ends in that episode, that doesn't mean they can't come back to cause some undead, superpowered havoc. Meanwhile, those still alive, namely Peter Parker, T'Challa, the Cloak, and Scott Lang, well, Scott's head that is, will have even more to contend with the advent of a zombified Thanos. However, with the tragic passing of T'Challa actor Chadwick Boseman, it's unclear if this animated version will continue here.
In my culture, death is not the end. They are still with us, as long as we do not forget them.
Spider-Man Freshman Year. Release date 2024. Speaking of animated Peter Parker, we'll be getting more of him in the prequel series, Spider-Man Freshman Year. This will give us Peter's origin story as Spider-Man and chronicle his adventures prior to his first appearance in Captain America Civil War.
Yeah, we don't really need to start a conversation.
Okay. Captain? Big fan of Spider-Man?
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Just...
Hey, everyone.
Good job.
However, certain confirmed characters have us wondering how it'll connect to the MCU proper. For starters, he'll be meeting characters like Norman Osborn, Dr. Octopus, Doctor Strange, and Daredevil, even though he shouldn't know them yet come his movie exploits.
How did you just do that? I'm a really good lawyer.
Whatever the case, a second season, sophomore year, has also been announced, and whether it comes in Phase 5, 6, or beyond, we'll probably see a fourth Tom Holland-led live-action movie. Thunderbolts. Release date July 26, 2024. Marvel and DC have more or less copied each other for decades, so it makes sense we'd eventually get an MCU version of DC's Suicide Squad. Indeed, the Thunderbolts in the comics have classically consisted of otherwise supervillains taking on anti-hero roles. We can thus expect multiple baddies from previous MCU movies to take center stage here. Who exactly that is completely up for debate, but some have speculated that the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier leads into this, as Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine mysteriously recruits John Walker to become US agent.
Things are about to get weird. So when they do, we're not gonna need a Captain America. We're gonna need a US agent.
It's also been theorized that the team could be named after Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, whose actor, William Hurt, sadly passed away in 2022.
I don't get it, Stark. It's not yours to handle. It's clear you can't be objective. I'm putting special ops on this.
Fantastic Four. Release date November 8th, 2024. Ever since Disney bought Fox, we knew that the Fantastic Four would be coming to the MCU sooner or later. Well, what better way to kick off Phase 6 of the franchise than with an adaptation of Marvel's first family?
Gotta say, it's fantastic.
Say that again?
It's fantastic.
Yes, it is.
While Spider-Man director John Watts was originally announced to direct, he's since stepped down from the position. Other names that could populate the project are similarly question marks, as John Krasinski's appearance as Reed Richards in Multiverse of Madness could be a sign of things to come, or simply a one-off variant of the character.
I have children of my own. I understand your pain.
Is their mother still alive?
Yes.
Good. There will be someone left to raise them.
Of course, fans have been demanding Krasinski's real-life wife Emily Blunt play his on-screen wife Sue Storm, and they already willed one half of that casting dream into existence.
The myth is real.
Avengers: The Kang Dynasty and Avengers: Secret Wars. Release dates May 2nd, 2025 and November 7th, 2025.
Avengers!
Assemble.
It's yet to be seen if Marvel can top the cinematic majesty that was Avengers Endgame, but they'd be remiss if they didn't cap off the multiverse saga with another meeting of Earth's mightiest heroes. Released back-to-back in 2025, The Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars will round out the conclusion of Phase 6 and into the yet unknown future of the MCU. Going by the title, it's evident that Kang the Conqueror will fully make his presence known in the multiverse at large with his first outing. The second outing will clearly take inspiration from the Secret Wars comic arc, which sees a cosmic being known as the Beyonder pit superheroes and villains alike against each other.
I brought you here to be part of my grand experiment.
You built this world to be your experiment?
Yes, and you're all part of it.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Additional shows and movies. Whether they come in during Phase 5, 6, or even 7, there are more as-of-yet projects without release dates, if you can believe it. A sequel to Shang-Chi and an R-rated Deadpool 3 are in development. Yes, R-rated.
What the shit?
Also coming is a mutant-related movie, coming off the heels of Professor X's appearance in Multiverse of Madness, and the M-word being mentioned in Ms. Marvel.
Kamala, there's something different in your genes. Like a mutation.
Speaking of mutants, a revival of the 90s X-Men series is coming to Disney Plus with X-Men 97 in 2023, though it's unclear if that'll connect to the MCU. Other series that are in the works are ones on characters like Nova and Wonder Woman, as well as a series about the great nation of Wakanda, starring Danai Gurira as Okoye.
This will be the end of Wakanda.
And it will be the noblest ending in history.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.